refusing to be terrorized, people standing up together, shoulder to shoulder, strong. On a more troubling note, what we are learning about one of these guys, one of these brothers, and who his inspiration was, at least in part. There's a radical Muslim cleric from Australia, and his name is Sheikh Feiz Mohammed. The focus on his online lectures range from a love of jihad to a hatred of Harry Potter. Now, Steve Emerson is the executive director of the Investigative Project on Terrorism, and he saw this. He saw that Tamerlan Tsarnaev, the one who was killed, had posted many links to this man's rantings on his YouTube channel, and this caused you some concern days ago, Steve. Let's just do it a little chronologically, first of all. When was it that Tamerlan, because the older brother seems to be the one who started with the radicalization. When did he first started posting? I'm not talking about musings or interesting stuff or little weird stuff, but I mean radical jihadist stuff online.
The first radical video that he posted seems to have been 3 years ago. And then it was followed up that year. It was 3 years ago he posted 2 radical videos. And then he followed up within 6 months with another 4. And then in the next year, he followed up with another 10 or so. And I must tell you, Megan, that I myself had not heard of Sheikh Feiz Mohammed until I saw the videos posted. And when we started translating them, actually, we didn't need to translate them. We needed to translate another al-Juhani, another sheikh who was just as radical. We spoke in Russian, but Sheikh Feiz Mohammed spoke in very perfect English with a British accent, actually, or an Australian accent. And his rhetoric was so vile and vicious, even much more than bin Laden. Bin Laden always spoke in these rhetorical Quranic verses. But Sheikh Feiz Mohammed talks about killing Jews, killing Christians, killing pagans. Who he criticizes the people who go to the movies of Harry Potter. He gets into the street that way. So his directives are much more personal, and he has a charismatic way about him. So you could see how somebody would fall and become enraptured by his rhetoric and even carry out violence. I mean, there's a lyrical way in which he talks. And the actual language he uses is so specifically oriented toward carrying out jihad and killing the enemies of Islam, specifically Jews, Christians, and infidels.
We have a little bit of that. We're not going to broadcast these messages for these terrorists, but we're just going to show you a short clip so you can get a feeling for who this Tamerlan was watching and found so fascinating right after the break when we pick up this segment with Steve on the other side. Stay with me.